We're here from company WebAca. Today we'll be building a small blog called Who We Work With Matters, and we'll have different logos that we'll arrange. This is a very small and simple project. Once we're finished, we're going to be uploading this script to acfboot.com website. acfboot.com holds a number of different scripts, sliders, here images, and that sort. You have to be a member to see the actual scripts. But yeah, that's what we'll be building right now. Let's get started. So first thing, we're going to need to create a name for it and a location that we'll be building this module at. We have been working on a website called 6A Solutions. Here it is. And we have compiled the header, the blog, the social section, which is actually also part of the module there. Within the ACF boot, you can see scripts for that as well. We have this nice section of different services that they offer. Testimonials, they have just one, still placeholder, but it can scroll. And right now we'll add the logos section here. Let's start. So we'll give it a name. The name for this module will be A004, I think, because the previous was the 3. I'm just going to copy this and paste it. And we're going to have an end to it as well. I like when things are defined. Okay. Now, because we're using advanced custom fields, we'll be incorporating ACF into it. And we'll need to also specify the start, if the group exists or not. So we'll do that. I know this says testimonials, but we'll rename it to A004. Just like that. Okay. Section ID. Okay, so I'm going to pretty much repeat the same process within the CSS files. I'm going to create a CSS block here. Now, this video has not been pre-recorded or pre-rehearsed. Actually, I've never done that blog before. So if you see some mistakes that I'm making, that's because it hasn't been rehearsed. And quite frankly, I don't exactly know how we're going to build this. When I build things, I kind of start slowly and then progress through the code. So it's more of a discovery session, how I'm going to build this. And let's work on this. So first thing that we'll do is we'll create a title. But before we do that, I'm actually going to go to the WordPress and I'm going to set up what's called advanced custom fields. Let's navigate over to WordPress. We're going to go to custom fields and we're going to create a new group. And you probably have already guessed what the title of that group will be, A0004. And this will be the same. And that's going to be a group field. I like to keep things in groups. This way, if I use the same name for different things in different locations, I have a unique identifier of a central group within which different names of fields are. So let's call this one title. Going with just text. Let's call this one description. So this is title, this is description. And the last field that we'll need will be repeater field. It's going to be images, logos. Let's call them logos. Let's call this field, the type of field will be an image, and we're going to include image URL. Okay, let's publish this. Now a couple of things that we also need to set. Post type equals to, no, post template equals to homepage. As you can see that we're working within the page template. Page template is homepage, and it's located right here within our WordPress structure. Okay, that's done. And one more thing, we're going to hide content editor. It's hidden right now, yes I know, but if this block is to be the first block, it will show the content editor if this check mark is not clicked, so it's always a good idea to hide it if you're using advanced custom fields and you don't need the content editor. Okay, now theoretically if we go to pages, when I get over to the home page, we'll see this block here, A004. Let's move it down. We can move it down by clicking the arrows here, just like that. Okay, so it's in the right location. We're going to add some text here. And this one. And this field is incorrect field type, so we have to go back. 1 second. I'm going to go to custom fields, this guy, let's open it, logos, edit. It's going to have to be a repeater field. Repeater. And within the repeater field, we need to just add logo. So this will be logos, and this will be logo, singular. Not a very good choice, but I don't feel creativity today. That should do it. Need to click update. Group field and repeater field are the premium group, field types within advanced custom fields. But if you're using ACF boot, you can import the JSON file, and I'll talk about that later. And it theoretically should work without the premium subscription. We'll have to test that out. Okay, so I'm going to add a row, going to add an image, and we're going to get all of our images from the designer that created them. So I'm just going to select them and drag them right here. What's really cool about advanced custom fields is this. You can see how many check marks are here. All of them are selected. So you can just click select, and all of them will be populated just like that. Okay, we have just imported all of our information, so we can click update and everything is ready to go. Now we'll need to go back to the source code and make sure that all of these things are populated. So first thing is title. I'm just going to grab code from the previous blog that we built, because I don't feel like coding too long today. Container, row, margin top, 4. We're going to remove this class here, it's not needed. And just like that. So that's going to display this title right here. We also need subtitle. Actually, it's not going to display title because we need to get subfield title. Now this will display title. I'm actually going to call this H6, and we're going to format H6 for this specific class so it looks normal within the CSS files. Now this is description, so we're going to copy this, paste here, retitle, description. Okay, wonderful. Now the time has come for us to close this row and close this container, so don't forget about it. And now we're going to create our layout for the logos. Going to open up row again, div class. So on small devices, talking about cell phones, I want to have 2 logos in one row. For medium, I want to see 4 logos in one row, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, that's how our designer has designed it. Okay, let's see if that's going to work. You never know how it's going to play out until you actually try it. Okay, and we also need to get the while loop here. Again, I'm just copying from the previous blog. Not going to be doing much explanations today here. The objective today is to build this fairly fast, because I have many other pages to build for that website, and we are quite late for the project anyways. By the way, if you know how to do this, I really want to hear from you, because I need help from others that will be able to take on the projects and complete them. Sometimes I'm quite overwhelmed with projects, so I need somebody else to take on initiative and help me out with order fulfillment. That's today is the 13th of January 2021. So if you're looking at this video 10 years from now, still could be the same case. so feel free to reach out to me. Okay, so we need to make sure that this entries is changed to whatever we called logos. And then we need to output the logo as a singular, but in form of an image. And I have created something similar here already. No, that's not it. This is background image. Here we go, image source. Oh darn, that's not the right one. That's okay. It will still work. Alt is not really necessary. Some people say it's necessary if you're doing a website that requires you ADA compliance, then you definitely want to include that, but majority of websites that don't require ADA compliance. Something else, we need to give it margin top. Margin top 4. Okay, I think we're pretty much done with the structure. Let's have a look at how it looks. Okay, so something went wrong. We see 2 logos, we need to see 4. Column D. Three. That's better. Something else that I want to address here is that they need to be aligned to the center. Okay, let's work on styles now, because this is an ID. I'm going to create an ID for it. Then we have H1, or was it H2? We have H2 and H6, so I want to make sure that we have that here. H2, H6, and that's it. I think there's going to be very few styles. So I like to work with CSS right inside the browser, because I can see exactly what's how it changes. Okay, so CSS needs to be updated or something. Why did it not reflect? That's odd. So section ID is this. H2. Do you see why it's not working? Because it's H4. Why did I think that it was H2? No, I want it to be H2. I don't want it to be H4. There we go. So we're going to pretty much align it with the rest of the styles here, the same color. We're also going to use the same font type and same font size. So I'm pretty much going to copy and paste this here, just like that. I'm also going to align everything to the center. I'm going to do that globally. Text align center for all of the elements. Okay, that looks a lot better. We're almost finished. H6. It looks fairly good as it is. We're going to font style italic, and I think we're done. Why not? Took half an hour to put this together. So if we reduce the screen size, this still looks very nice. There we go. Restructures to 2 items. How about we do 3 items on a small device? Would that be too small? Yeah, on the smallest it will look too small. But let's do it like this. Let's have a look. Okay, so extra small. We have 2 items in one row. Good. Small, we have 3. Medium, we have 4. And stays as 4 items. I think this has taken up way too much space. I think we can reduce that to even further. Call large 2. Let's have a look. Kinda like it this way. It's not taking up way too much space. I'm actually going to leave it this way. What's really good is that client can always add some more logos if we need to. Yeah, let's keep it this way. And if we reduce the screen size, you can see how it restructures. Just like that. Okay, looks like this module. Actually, I think I'm going to go back to what I had it before. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Would you keep it like this, or do you want to see it more like this? I'm going to keep it like this, because the next section is contact us, and I think it will look better that way. The only thing is that I think margin 4 is a bit too much here. Let's do margin 3. Oops. Margin 3. That's going to reduce the height a little bit. Make them a little bit more compact. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up the this block that we have just constructed. It's a new module that we're going to add to our library, and I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to put video on pause, go into Advanced Custom Fields boot, and we're going to add that, and then I'll resume the video and I'll show you how you can quickly use this module for your website. So this module has been added to ACF boot library, and you can see it here, icons and logos. Let's click on that. You can see that that's the module. If we're going to click expand, we'll get a couple of options here. We have the JSON file to import Advanced Custom Fields integration. We have HTML, CSS. That includes ACF integration, Advanced Custom Fields. And for those of you who don't use Advanced Custom Fields, there is just plain raw code that you can use for your website. I'm going to give you a quick overview of how we can quickly use this code. We have a website here, tanyasmassagetherapy.com. It's actually my wife's website that we are putting together. Let's have a look at how we can quickly add this content to her website. I'm going to go to WordPress administration for Tanya. Alright, so I need to go to her Tanya's Massage Therapy, and I'll need to navigate over to her homepage template. Let's add this at the very end. Okay, so first thing first, we're going to go to pages. Actually, no. Advanced Custom Fields. That's where it all starts from. So, let's download the JSON file. It downloads here, and I'm going to drag and drop this to my desktop. Done. Let's copy HTML code. We're going to come back to the JSON file a bit later. I'm going to just paste it here, just like that. Let's copy CSS code. Let's open up Tanya's Massage Therapy's CSS file, and we're just going to add it at the very end, just like that. You'll see that we are importing a font here, and it tells you that it's illegal to import it here. Yes, it is illegal, but we need that font for that specific element. But we already have it here, so we don't need to include it twice. So that's good. I'm going to save this and upload it. I'm going to save this and upload it. The last item on our plate is to actually integrate Advanced Custom Fields into the page. So for that, we're going to go to Custom Fields, Tools, Import File. We have to choose the file. Remember, we saved it to the desktop. There it is. Going to click Import File. It has been imported. Now I simply go back to Pages, click on Home, and there it is. I'm going to move it down, all the way down. You don't have to move it down if you don't want to, but I like to keep internal administration similar to what it's on the website. Who we are working with. I know you can just create whatever title you want. I'm just going to paste this here, and we're going to add some logos. So just like with the previous website, I'm just going to grab a bunch of logos, not everything, just drag and drop. She doesn't need this module, so we're going to delete it after, but I just want to show you how quickly we can add an element. I'm going to click Update. Alright, so let's have a look at the website. Let's see if it's there. there it is. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Let's click inspect. Now let's reduce the screen size. There you go. It's mobile friendly. It's very little code. It's a beautiful thing. So if you are interested in joining Advanced Custom Fields boot library, ACF stands for Advanced Custom Fields and boot stands for Bootstrap, because we're building elements with Bootstrap. You're welcome to join this. All that you need to do is to head over to Join Now. Over here you'll need to enter your information, and it's just $1 for the first month, and then it's $5, $4.99 to be more accurate, per month. And you pretty much have nothing to lose with joining Advanced Custom Fields. There's a lot of really nice modules here that you can use to build very nice, beautiful websites. Alright, thanks. You have a good day. If you are interested in web development, feel free to check out my website. And see you in the next video. Hit a like, hit subscribe. Thanks. Bye.